Have you ever slid into someone's DMs back when you were single, a single Pringle?
Probably. I used to slide into Gucci Mane's DMs a lot when I was single. Swear, still have those DMs.
No, you don't. No.
Do you not know this? The only two books I brought to college with me were the Holy Bible and Gucci Mane's autobiography.
What is your fascination with Gucci?
I became really fascinated with Gucci junior year of high school and just like listened to all the albums, like all the old stuff before he was arrested. So he didn't get out of jail until like the halfway through my junior year of high school. And then I was like, free Gucci, he's back on the streets.
Free my boy Gucci.
First day out, burr.
Oh my gosh. So what were your DMs? Or can you even say them out loud?
I can't say them out loud.
You're married. You look married.
We're married. She's married.
So you're single?
Very single.
Single.
Yes, I'm single.
Married or unmarried?
I don't really care whether you're married or single.
Hi, welcome to the Married and Unmarried podcast. I'm Haley, the married one.
And I'm Andy, and I am unmarried.
You're unmarried. Which
unmarried.
We learned could mean a lot of different things.
Correct. As long as I am not wed yet.
Ooh, I can't wait for that day.
A lot of people can't.
Can I be a groomsman?
I don't think that's legal.
Sure it is. It's your wedding.
It's my wife's wedding.
Oh.
I'm just along for the ride.
Are you?
Yeah.
But I feel like I've earned groom-woman status.
Do you think so?
Yeah. I've been through the ebbs and flows with you.
True.
We're business partners.
We are.
Do you think it's weird now that we're a few episodes in, like, people know that we have a podcast together, and people are like, oh, like, the podcast, and now, like, if we're seen together by people that we knew prior to the podcast, like, they seem to always, like, work in the podcast.
Yeah, they do reference that we have a podcast together a lot. Sometimes in, like, very public or work-related settings, and I'm like, all right, cool, I just have things to do.
I hate when it's a work-related setting, because I'm like, oh, not the time, not the place.
Yeah, no, we're focused, we're dialed in.
But, like, it's weird that I feel that way, and all of our social medias are public. We're putting this out there for the world to see, so we're doing this to ourselves.
We're all along board for the ride. Speaking of nothing, you have a tennis tournament this weekend. Next weekend.
Yeah, I am nervous, to say the least.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't remember the last time you said that you played tennis, like went out and actually like went during the weekend.
It's been a while.
What was the thought process in signing up for a tennis tournament?
I got a call from my gorgeous mother, who's actually, I think, like our number one listener, social follower, all the things.
Probably.
We get so much free promo from my mother. Thank you, Mom. But I got a call from her, and she was like, hey, I need your help. And I was like, what's the situation? She's like, really want to play and member guest this year, which is the tennis tournament the country club that she's a member of puts on every year. And they always do it around St. Patrick's Day. And she's like, I need a partner. And typically my dad will play in the golf version of it, and whoever the wife is of his golf buddy will just also be her tennis partner.
Oh, like a trade-off deal.
Like a trade-off.
Got it.
It's like a whole thing, and it's always been something I enjoyed watching my parents do growing up, because it's kind of like adult prom or like adult field day. Like,
field day, I think, is more accurate.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Well, there
really.
is like a cocktail type of party. I can't,
afterwards.
Yeah, I can't wait to go to this, gather all the information, and come back to the Married and Unmarried. Yeah, for the pod to discuss, because typically it's just married people that are there.
So it's a tennis tournament for the pod.
For the pod, obviously.
How much would it cost us to sponsor the tournament?
I am trying to get you to come to the tournament so you can experience.
Yeah, that would be something.
Yeah. You could be like, maybe that's an episode where you and Thomas just do together, because then it's still Married and Unmarried.
That's true.
But with Andy and Thomas.
Andy and Thomas.
And then y'all just talk it out as you watch me play really, really bad tennis.
live from the tournament.
Yeah, but the thing I think I'm most nervous about is Thomas and I met playing tennis.
Yeah.
And he's very, very good at tennis, always has been. And he is my coach.
Oh, he's going to, like, teach you...
Yeah.
Well, because you know how to play tennis a little bit, probably, right?
Yeah, and he was the assistant tennis pro at the club we're having this tournament at. That's how we met. So, just a little nervous.
Your wedding was also low-key tennis themed.
It was.
So do you feel like a little bit more pressure to perform in this tennis tournament, considering that your wedding was tennis themed?
Now that you mention it, because I don't want anybody to think I'm fraudulent. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I identify as a tennis fan. I'm a part of the culture. I can swing a racket.
Yeah.
I can, I've never hit an ace. That's like when you serve it and nobody
I've done that in pickleball. Does that count?
I mean, it counts for something.
Okay.
Maybe,
I mean, I'll take it.
Maybe not amongst the country club women, but yeah.
When Thomas is coaching you, does he, like, want you to win or just want you to play well?
I think he wants me to play well because ultimately winning is just not in the cards for me. And so this next week, we have 7 days until the tournament. I've known I'm playing in this tournament since 2 weeks ago. We have 7 days to prep.
Some room to improve.
And I think we're just like, our competitive spirit comes out a little bit. But, I mean, it's kind of romantic, you know? Like him being the tennis coach and I'm the star student. And I think you actually have to be good.
We're kind of getting in a weird vein.
I have hit myself with my own racket in the head.
I feel like that's not hard to do.
No, but one time when I was on the middle school tennis team, I went for a serve. This is like middle school, like regionals or whatever. Like if we win this, we go to whatever the next level is. And I went for a serve. And I hit my partner square in the back. And she gave up on me the rest of the match. She was like, I'm over it. Like, I'm not, like, you can't even get the ball over the net. You just hit me.
I would do a similar thing if someone hit me with a tennis ball and I was trying to compete with them, but I'm a very competitive person.
You are. And how do I know this? Well, you recruited me and some of our friends to be on your adult kickball team.
I don't know why everyone adds adult to the front. It could just be a kickball team.
Well, I think we should add adult kickball to it because when I think of kickball, I think of Recess Elementary School, and then there's Andy just out with, if we don't say adult kickball, everybody's going to think that Andy's just like out in the field with...
I don't go to gym class. It's a separate beer kickball league.
There is beer involved.
Yeah, describe to the viewership how our team performs on a weekly basis.
Ooh, we were decent for a minute.
Were we?
Well, from my perspective, I haven't been on very many adult kickball teams before yours.
Yeah, we are not great.
No.
We actually talked about this because we played our last game last night, and someone today described the team as it's like the Sandlot, but everyone is that kid who stinks.
Yeah. You're like Spanky from the Sandlot.
Yeah, he said everyone is Spanky. The whole team.
Just a team
full of Spankies.
Why has that not been the name?
Because we already have a team name.
Team of Spankies, yes. Would you like to tell them what the team name is?
I don't know. Am I legally allowed
You're legally allowed. I'll permit it.
Our team name is called the Raw Dogs. I don't remember why. We just kind of went with it, and then we've stuck with it.
This wasn't a we thing.
Haley joined once the team was already named.
So I was adopted into the league, or to the team. You picked the name, or maybe it was a
our
group
OGs.
of you. The OGs.
I didn't technically pick the name. I've just carried it on.
I feel like I would describe the Raw Dogs as like a wonderful group of people. Like they're some of the funniest, like nicest people I've ever met.
And Andy.
But it's like the average Joes from the movie Dodgeball.
Yep, we're trying.
Like
we do our best.
There was one person on the team that kind of reminded me of the pirate because he had like the same hair color. Do you remember the pirate from Average Joe's?
No.
I am so disappointed that I just now made this connection and I never like showed up as the coach in the wheelchair with the scarf to just like yell at you and be like, because
me?
Yeah, because I stopped playing.
A lot of people have.
Yeah.
People do not like my coaching style.
I would say you are very, very coach heavy.
I would like to win.
But where do you think that comes from? Why is winning adult kickball?
Kickball, all sports are about fun, right? Mm-hmm. My version of fun is winning. You play to win the game. That's fun for me. So when I lose, I'm not having fun.
See, I feel like I spent a lot of time on the sidelines of a lot of sports growing up, and I just really enjoyed the team camaraderie. And I just
you're a big high five, slap on the butt type of person.
Give me that booty. Good job.
Might have to cut that part.
Good game. Good game. Good game.
Yeah, a lot of good
How's your
games.
mom? Good game.
How's your mom? I feel like you're trying to burn someone there.
No, that'd be like, how's your mama? Boy, girl.
Oh, it's just subtly different. Very subtly different.
I do remember, I think on this topic, because that reminded me of when I played soccer in high school. When I was a freshman, they did let me come up to varsity to sit on the bench. It was wonderful. The bench gets cold, so they needed some freshmen out there.
I never made it to the bench.
Solid. But you know what?
Ow.
Sorry.
Ring.
Thanks, Thomas. But, I mean, you are the team captain of the Raw Dogs, so.
That's all I have.
Tell your haters.
Tell your haters we up. I'm the captain now.
We up now.
Look at me. Look at me. I'm the captain now.
He's the captain now.
Have you watched that movie?
That's from the boat movie. Captain
Titanic.
Phillips.
Oh.
Close. In the arms of... That's not even...
That's how I feel when we play kickball.
Sarah... I just learned who
Yeah,
Sarah
you're
McLachlan
right. That's not the
is.
Titanic song either.
It's not.
The Titanic one's the one with the flute.
Oh, that's right. I can't play a musical instrument.
I can't make the flute sound. I'd give it a shot, but I can't.
I can play the ukulele, actually.
I can play the kazoo really well.
Is that the one with the string where it's like...
No.
Oh.
I don't know what that one is.
That's the kazoo, I'm pretty sure. Or is that a didgeridoo?
No, it's neither of those things.
Dang it.
The kazoo's just the one that you blow into and it goes...
Oh. Lame.
And then the didgeridoo's the big one that goes... Whoa.
That sounded like a foghorn.
That's a didgeridoo.
Oh. My only didgeridoo experience is the fish from SpongeBob when they go to play the Super Bowl. Or maybe it's the episode where SpongeBob has really bad breath and he's like saying hello to everybody and the stinky breath is just like building and building and building. And it's like, hi, Mrs. Puff. Hi, Patrick. Hi, Gary. Hi, didgeridoo player. And it cuts to the didgeridoo player going, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Well, I'm going to have fun trying to find that clip.
That's exactly why I
It's going
said
to be
it.
quite a hustle to try and get there.
Oh my gosh. So speaking of hustling, I was in Tuscaloosa yesterday for basketball. And I valeted the rental car, which, by the way, they gave me a rental car. Very grateful for. But it was literally as if it was a Secret Service vehicle. Like, it was
like
massive.
a big black Escalade?
Yes, it was massive. Like, and there was no gear shift. It was all buttons. Somebody left a Pedialyte bottle in the back seat.
You found the Pedialyte I left for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, no, how did it taste?
Oh, it was empty. You don't remember drinking that dry? Yeah. So, anyway, the valet at this hotel uses an app, which I thought was like super creative. And so all I had to do was like press a button when I wanted the car and it would send me a text about like the status of the car. So I requested the car because we were about to go out. I got a text that said, your valet is hustling to get your vehicle. Please be on standby under the car lot.
Do you think that the guy was sending the text was like watching him? He's like, yeah, he's hustling, I guess.
He's hustling.
Hustling.
And that made me want to hustle. And I was nervous. Like, his name was Pierre, I think, that went to go get...
Pierre was hustling for you. You better hustle for Pierre.
I did that.
Okay.
I had half an eyebrow at the time.
get
so
there.
I filled it in and got downstairs.
See, let that be a lesson to you at home. Don't hit that you're ready on the app if you're not ready to hustle.
If you still have one eyebrow to fill in, you're not ready.
If you're not Rick Ross in it.
Does he have one eyebrow?
No, he has the song Every Day I'm Hustling.
Every day.
No, not that one.
Oh, then
That's Party Rock.
How do you know all of this?
I like music. Do you not like music?
I do like music. I'm going to take my husband on a date tomorrow to go see Alan Jackson. Do you want to hear the most adorable thing in the whole wide world?
I guess.
I was like, what are you going to wear to the concert? So
You asked Alan Jackson that?
I wish. Alan Jackson is Thomas's favorite singer, like ever since he was a boy. Like, I want you to know if we ever have a recording date or like if we're hanging out on the day that Alan Jackson dies, I have to cancel plans with you because I have written in my notes app like everything I want to do for Thomas to get him through the death of Alan Jackson if and when it comes.
Okay.
He loves Alan Jackson. And I was like, what are you going to wear? And he goes, you want to hear? And I was like, I mean, you seem excited, so yeah, put it on me. He was like, I'm going to wear a Canadian tuxedo.
Oh, wow. All jean.
He's wearing a button-up denim shirt, his blue jeans, a black belt, and his black Tacovas I got him for Christmas.
Dang.
Better part of this, I was like, oh, I know that I have learned that Thomas likes his jeans to be dry cleaned. He says, I like the way a good starched denim feels on my legs.
Nice.
I said, okay.
I'm not gonna
I don't know
that
anybody that dry cleans their jeans. And I said, okay, do you want me to, I know you like your jeans dry cleaned. Do you want me to drop them off? This was last week. We leave for the concert tomorrow. He goes, already done. And I've already picked them up. And they're just hanging in his closet. We have 2 separate closets. It's just, I mean, I just, what a man.
He sent me a picture yesterday, and he was eating lunch, and it was at like, literally, I kid you not, 3:30, 4 o'clock. He was like, lunch for me.
That's what happens when I'm not in town.
But now I know what he was doing. He was getting his jeans dry cleaned.
Yeah, that's exactly what he was doing. But when I'm not in town, which is not super often, it's more so the opposite because he's flying every night, and you get the Snapchats, Hamburger Helper.
That's a great meal, though. The beef stroganoff Hamburger Helper, gas.
I don't think I've ever had Hamburger Helper.
Ugh.
But Thomas loves it.
It's really good.
I don't know. I feel like my brother and I didn't get those kinds of meals growing up. Like we had.
Did you have did your family have like a go-to meal? Like my mom, if she didn't want to make food or whatever, it's like, oh, okay, we have spaghetti. We'll all get spaghetti.
Ooh, spaghetti's such a good one. Did we have a go-to meal? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. For an entire year, our dad made us do the paleo diet.
Oh.
When I was like in 5th grade. Pate was in 2nd grade or something like that.
Okay.
I mean, can you just imagine? I don't know. We were in an ingredient household, and there's nothing wrong with that. But
we were like quick and easy food household. Like leftovers were big.
Yeah.
Anything you could heat up. I love a Marie Callender's chicken pot pie.
I do too, but do you know how many calories are in that?
They are not good for you. They're very bad for you.
They are dense.
But they're delicious.
Thomas loves those.
I do too, but you can't have the one that's like extra big. You have to have the
little
like,
self-serve
the respectable size.
That's like still 800 calories.
That's fine.
That's fine. But I mean, I think we had some type of like pasta salad we always had. Like protein was big in our family. Like during that paleo time, I had to have chicken teriyaki and tuna fillets for breakfast.
Tuna fillets for breakfast.
Yeah, so Dad, if you're watching it, never forgot it. PTSD, I'm still scarred by it, and I can't eat tuna.
And pork. So tuna, pork.
I'm really limiting my protein options.
Oh, wow.
I mean, but you chef it up a good bit.
I try my best. I've been off it this week, but usually I try and chef up a little bit, but very consistent like meals. Like I don't stray too much. I get nervous if I have to make something I've never made before that I'm going to like undercook it and then kill myself on accident.
Have you seen, that just reminded me of the little kid from like Gordon Ramsay whatever show, and he's
That's
like
100% me.
I have to restart my potatoes. That's
me.
you.
It's me at home alone, like pausing TikTok to be like, what are the ingredients? And then I'm like, come on.
I love that I can give you pretty much any reference and you'll get it. Like if you look at our Instagram DMs, like it is just like meme.
I am constantly
motivational quote, meme.
It's bad. It's real bad.
But I think we just get each other's humor.
That too.
I think, like, I don't know, like, I think we have that kind of dynamic. Like, I'm sure there are people that are like, Haley and Andy have a podcast, and, like, you know, like, we're not, like, in a relationship. Like, I feel like our dynamic is a brother-sister dynamic.
You think so?
Yeah,
you just asked to be in my wedding, so...
Stay tuned if it actually happens.
You don't have to talk to me. You have to talk to my future wife.
Please. I'm already married, so, like, I'm not threatening in any way, shape, or form. You might want me on the bachelor trip to make sure everyone stays sober, happy, healthy.
Sober?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, maybe not that. I mean, unless you might have some bros out there that want to go that route. A good mocktail.
They can do whatever they want, but I feel like if they're like, I'm going to stay sober this trip, they don't need you there to help them.
No, they don't.
They got it on lock.
I'm gonna encourage them to. I love a crafted cocktail. Like, I just... Like
a mocktail?
I like that too, because I like the artisanal factor of it.
But I don't know if you used that word right.
Probably not. But yeah, I think I'll go on the bachelor trip to make sure that you guys get enough sunlight, get enough water. I'm gonna make sure you photosynthesize. And wear sunscreen.
So how would you explain to my future wife our friendship?
I mean, like,
podcast and all.
I think it makes it easier to say we have a podcast together because, in a sense, like, we make no money off of this right now. But
whoa! Don't tell them about our funds.
Hi, we're broke. If you're seeing this, please consider donating $2.50 each month to the Married and Unmarried podcast.
Link in bio.
In exchange, we will send you a handwritten note and a lottery ticket.
I'll shout anyone out in every episode from here to the end. Every single episode for money.
Oh, I kind of like that.
Sure.
Can you also... they could start paying us for big booms.
Ooh, I like that too.
Yeah. How much...
They could also, if you pay us, you can ask us any question you want and we'll both answer.
Oh, will we?
I mean, I get to vet the questions.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'll just send their money back if it's not good.
Be like, skirt, or we take it and just don't answer the question. That's investment.
No, we would never do that.
We would never. We might. No, how do I describe... Well, I can't wait to meet said significant other. I hope I like her. Let's start there. If I don't like her, would you want me to tell you?
I feel like that's a tough question. How, like, I guess it would depend on the severity of not liking her, right?
Yeah.
Or, like, if there's a significant reason. Like, if she's a terrible person every time I leave the vicinity, that probably should be told to me. If you just think she says the word artisanal weird, maybe you just leave it.
Yeah, I could probably leave it. I don't know. I feel like there's not very many people I don't like. I think life's too short to not like people.
Yeah. We
just got to hug it out, do all the high five, maybe a fist bump.
Maybe.
Good game. How's your mom? I think if I didn't like her, there would probably be a good reason. What concerns me is if you've been single so long and I'm like, Andy, I sense this red flag. And you're like, no, because you don't want to go back to being single.
You think I would, like, sidestep your opinion based on whether I want to be alone or not?
I think you would Eurostep my opinion to avoid being
like
alone.
Luka Doncic.
That guy.
Did you know... I saw this the other day. This is completely off topic and probably may get cut. Did you know that Luka Doncic at one point was committed to the Florida Gators?
No, I didn't know that.
He was committed. If you look on, like, 247 Sports, it says Luka Doncic... And there's a Gator logo next to him.
And he didn't want to come hang?
No, he stayed pro and then went to the NBA.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Did you see, speaking of, that Kim Kardashian, I thought I read something that Kim Kardashian tried to, like, slide in on Luka.
And on his comments, and he was like, no, go away.
Yeah. And, yeah.
He's like, I'm married, not unmarried. Leave me alone.
He's married?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think so. That's what I saw.
That's so embarrassing if you're Kim K and you, like, try to slide in and
Get out of here.
Oh, anyway.
Have you ever slid into someone's DMs back when you were single, a single Pringle?
Probably. I used to slide into Gucci Mane's DMs a lot when I was single. Swear, still have those DMs.
No, you don't. No.
Do you not know this? The only 2 books I brought to college with me were the Holy Bible and Gucci Mane's autobiography.
What is your fascination with Gucci?
I became really fascinated with Gucci junior year of high school and just like listened to all the albums, like all the old stuff before he was arrested. So he didn't get out of jail until like the halfway through my junior year of high school. And then I was like, free Gucci, he's back on the streets.
Free my boy Gucci.
First day out, Burr.
Oh my gosh. So
But-
what were your DMs? Or can you even say them out loud?
I can't say him out loud. I had no business DMing Gucci Mane at 17 years old.
When we end this episode, I have to see a DM or two.
Like other like girls were like DMing like Harry Styles, Justin Bieber.
Yep.
Mr. Davis.
Mr. Maine?
Mr. Mane. His name is Radrick Davis.
Radrick, wow.
He got his name because his dad was a hustler.
You
At
gotta
the
respect
Valet.
that.
He was
You gotta
hustling.
respect that. He was hustling every day. I'm hustling.
Yeah. How did we get here?
No
If I don't
idea.
like your significant other.
Yeah, if you don't like my significant other as much as you
If
like
she's
Gucci Mane,
never slid into Gucci Mane's DMs,
would you tell me? You know who I think would actually tell me? I think Thomas would tell me.
Probably.
I think straight up he would be like, yeah, we don't like her, honestly. And I'd be like, oh, damn.
and then I'd probably be like, well, I mean,
Yeah, 100%. You'd be like, oh, no, she's great. He doesn't mean that. And I'd be like, yeah, he does.
I try to see the good in people, and there have been times where like something like that has come up, and I'm like, well, I mean, like, I don't know. And Tom's like, Haley, no, like,
Yeah, don't sugarcoat
don't
it.
sugarcoat it. He encourages me to just like say how I feel, which I'm not great at. Like, I'll beat around the bush.
I say how I feel too much.
You do.
I don't beat the bush.
But I don't think that's a bad thing. Like,
It can be.
I think there's probably a happy medium right here, and maybe the more we go farther in our relationship, we meet in the middle.
Got it.
Yeah.
Speaking of, you said you were talking about when you DM'd Gucci Mane when you were 17.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I wasn't 17, but in college, I went on a. Have you ever gone on a family trip with a significant other? Because I went on a trip when I was dating this girl in college. I went with her family on their family vacation to. I want to say somewhere in Virginia, and they were lovely, very nice. But the weird part was her ex-boyfriend. She had just got out of like a long-term thing, like a year or two before that. He had gone on the trip for like 3 years, and then there was a break, and then I went, and they go to the same place all the time, and so we went there, and people would be like, they would go out on this fishing boat that the same guy always drove, and he was like, oh, hey, you're the new boyfriend, huh? And that happened multiple times on the trip.
First of all, great consistency in itinerary by this family.
They're locked in. They know what they like to do,
And they do it.
and we respect that.
We do. Wow. That's like the ex-boyfriend was Nick Saban and you are Du Bois. Is that what De Beers? What's his name?
DeBauer,
DeBauer.
maybe.
I work
Kevin
in sports.
DeBoer.
You're that guy. Can't even
Wow, I
remember
can't
the
believe
name.
I'm not even Nick Saban. Thanks.
No, because I mean, anybody that comes in after the legend, whoever's been there.
I guess you could have worded it like he was Jim Tressel and I was Urban Meyer, but that's fine.
I don't know who this. I know who Urban Meyer is, but
Oh, or like he was Dan Mullen and I was Billy Napier.
it's better reference. It's like he was Steve Spurrier and you're Will Muschamp. We got there. Go Cox.
Why am I the worst one?
Because you came in after the person. So everybody's all used to the way Steve does things. And then you get Will coming in and you're like, what?
Anyways, do you think it's weird? Like, have you ever gone on a significant other's trip that's not, I guess, Tom, you have to kind of take Thomas out because now his family's your family, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, that shouldn't be weird because that should be like you're going with your family. There's probably still some dynamics there, but before we get into that, did you ever go with anyone else's family, like, on vacation anywhere?
No. Thomas was... Because
Wow.
I had a lot of guy friends. I had, like, 4 really close guy friends in high school and 2 really close girlfriends. And, like, the 7 of us did everything together from, like, freshman to senior year. There was one of the guys I did date, but, like, we would, like, drive over to St. Simon's together. But, like...
That's not that far.
Yeah, it's not that far. His parents had a place there, and so I think that was a little different because we were friends beforehand, but Thomas's family was really the first one.
And how soon into dating Thomas did you go on this trip? Or the first trip, I guess I should say.
We went to the Dominican Republic after Thomas and I...
International.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, lots of...
And it was 2021, so it was December 2021. We had been dating like 18 months. And
that's a fair chunk of time.
That's a fair chunk of time. And I was sick. And this is like post-COVID time. Like, we still had to test negative to get...
Oh, wait a minute.
To get back in the country. So I was sick and I was really nervous. And I, like, just did everything I could to get better beforehand. And so then we get to the Dominican Republic. I'm, like, coughing up a lung. Like, I'm having a great time, but, like, I can't breathe. And then the day before we leave, we went to test. And so the whole family tested. And I came out negative.
Nice.
Thomas came out positive.
Oof.
Thomas had to stay in the Dominican Republic.
Uh-oh.
He could not enter the United States.
But did you go back to the United States?
We did.
Oh, we as in all of you.
So one person could stay with him. And I'm like crying. I'm like, I've ruined this vacation. I'm a terrible person. Like, it was New Year's Eve the day we tested.
Aww.
So it was going to be our first New Year's Eve that we like spent together because we
smooched.
Yeah. So I was going to get my New Year's kiss because we didn't get it the year before. And so his mom actually ended up staying with him, but like as soon as you test positive, they lock you in a room.
Yeah.
Like everybody's crying. And so to like just kind of evaluate what happened, I went for a walk on the beach without my phone.
Not the smartest
idea
done.
Because when I like came back, like I turned around, like I'm like doing the movie scene where I'm like looking out into the ocean, tears running down my face, and I'm like, my lover's gone forever. It was so dramatic.
Forever?
I like never, like I'm gonna leave him in a foreign country. This is awful. So I take the loop back. My father-in-law is like, Haley, and he grabs me by the shoulders. He's like, don't ever run off like that again. And I'm just crying even more because I don't like getting in trouble.
I think that was the worst thing you did in this whole story, was go and put your phone away and then leave on the beach.
Yeah. And I love my father-in-law, and he's always been like another dad to me. And he's like, I love you, but you just scared the heck out of me. You cannot do that. And so I like had to be like, yes, sir. Like, I'm sorry. Like, we weren't family yet. And like, I had a feeling that Thomas was the one, but we weren't there yet. And so it was still like kind of awkward to get in trouble with your father-in-law. But then he's not a touchy-feely person, really. But he like took his hands off my shoulders and then just gave me a hug and just held me for a second, let go, and he said, let's go get a pina colada. And we like walked back.
Heck yeah.
But
love a pina colada.
So you're telling me you didn't do an international vacation and leave your person?
No, usually the last time I did go on a cruise recently, that was international.
You did?
I did. It was over Valentine's Day. That was very awkward. No worse place to be single on Valentine's Day than on a cruise ship, because you're in a limited environment, right? And everyone there is there with someone else. No one goes on a cruise alone.
No, not even you, because the cruise line you got a comped room, right? Like,
it was a work cruise. I had to go for content reasons.
And they were like, they gave you a special guest. Like, they were like, you can bring a guest with you in the cabin.
Yeah, so I brought one of our coworkers so he could also shoot footage. There was just one bed between the two of us, and he volunteered to sleep on the couch. Shout out Ben.
Shout out Ben.
Shout out Ben. But Ben proceeded to then tell everyone on Valentine's Day that we were together the whole cruise. Because I kept saying, because we would go to a bar to get drinks, and it's just two dudes, and I was like, do you think people think we're together? And he would be like, well, we are, and I'm like, no, stop.
Ben, he ruined any shot you had.
There was not. I mean, you're talking like throwing a basketball from my house through the hoop at the O-Dome. Like, that was the chances.
No. I think there were chances. People fall in love on boats. Insert Titanic.
Technically, they fell out of the boat because it was sinking.
And into love.
Into the water.
Love. Frozen love. Their love kept them warm.
No, they were very cold.
So, like, you're telling me you didn't see anybody on the cruise that you were like, I might want to... Oh, say hello.
I might want to...
Hi, I'm Andy.
That's usually how I intro it. No, I think a cruise is a tough spot because you're like... Anyone you see, you're like, okay, there's someone else on this boat who either is family with these people or is with these people.
Hey, that's not bad, though. Like, imagine meeting a girl on a cruise and her family's already there.
I don't think that's a good thing.
You just knock it all out in one go.
And then she gets COVID and has to stay in the Bahamas.
Oops.
Oopsie.
But then it could be like Captain Jack Sparrow and for Elizabeth. When they fell off the boat and they had to be on the island together and there was rum in the sand.
Are you thinking about Tom Hanks and the volleyball?
Are you the volleyball?
Wilson!
Why don't we have a Wilson? We did declare our mascot, remember? What's our mascot of the pod?
An eagle.
The bald eagle.
Yeah.
Why is it bald?
The older you get, the more and more your hair tends to go. I think that with the eagle being the staple of America for so long, it was only a matter of time before it became bald.
I mean, that bird just represents America.
Bald so hard, motherfucker, to find me.
We were doing... Say it again so you can cut this part out. 33 minutes in, Andy, cut this part out. We're not cussing. This is a family show.
Bald so hard, doesn't want to find me.
I'll take it. I mean, I think there are just certain things where you see it and it reminds you of certain things, like eagle, America, spray tan, Jersey Shore, cheetah print, also Jersey Shore.
Lots of Jersey Shore references we got.
So much Jersey Shore. I think there are a few things where you see it and you're like, that's for married people.
Speaking of things for married people, our friend Ben, who is an avid listener of the podcast.
And Andy's romantic interest, according to...
himself.
And all the people that saw them on the cruise.
No, we didn't do any... We both hung out separately on the cruise for at least a portion of the time. I hung out by the pool.
Did you wear sunscreen?
I did, actually. Ben did not. He got burnt as a lobster. And I laughed at him.
Did you put butter on him because he's a burnt lobster?
So we are going on these excursions this one day, and I always get burnt. I'm bad at not wearing sunscreen.
Yeah, you are like a piece of toast.
So I go, okay, I'm going to be out less time than Ben, but I go, hey, we're going out. Let's put this sunscreen that I brought on. So I put on sunscreen. I give it to Ben. Ben puts on sunscreen. I go to my excursion. Ben has an extra hour before he needs to go to his, because his is longer. He's going to be out all day. I'm only out for a couple hours. I assume that Ben is going to then take the sunscreen with him or lather up. Ben does neither of those things. He goes to this island and sits on the beach all day. Now, you're thinking, a man who did not bring sunscreen has a couple options if he realizes he's going to be in the sun all day.
Correct.
Number 1, buy sunscreen. Number 2, leave his shirt on. Number 3, don't. He took his shirt off, felt a little warm, realized that he was getting burnt, went to go purchase sunscreen. So far, so good.
Right.
He goes to the store, looks at the price of sunscreen, and goes, nah.
The price of skin cancer is way more expensive.
So then he leaves. So what would you think that he would do? Put his shirt back on?
Yeah.
Wrong. Hangs out at the beach shirtless and continues to burn.
Maybe he wanted to go for that effect.
He complained the rest... Well, no, actually, he was a good trooper. But he was burnt the rest of the trip.
You tried to tell him.
I think that's a very unmarried thing to do, is to let yourself get sunburned.
Yeah, but I would also say it's a very No, I would say that was a very married trait of you to be like, make sure you put your sun... And not only...
my part, yeah.
Yeah, but also to, like, pack it, like a big enough can that could be communal.
Oh, I didn't take the spray. I took the squirt.
Ew, that's an unmarried thing.
It's the Hawaiian Tropic, the one that smells like coconuts.
Us married people are spray only.
I have both, but I didn't know if they would let the spray onto the boat for security purposes.
I can hide way more stuff in a bottle of squirt sunscreen than spray. Case in point, a knife, a battery, probably a larger knife than the first one we were all thinking of. Potentially a bomb. I don't know how to make those. Don't really plan on learning.
That's it, 4.
Safety pins. Those hurt.
Okay, so Ben suggested we do more segments. So I want to introduce a segment to the Married and Unmarried podcast.
Can we come up with a theme song for the segment?
Sure, sing it right now.
Oh, wait. Okay. Did you ever play Webkins?
Yes.
You know how they does the Wheel of Wow.
Yeah.
Married or unmarried?
Nice. Okay, there it is.
That's it.
So the game is basically where I'm going to say event or something to do, and you have to tell me if it's more for a married or unmarried person and why. You have to give a reason why.
Okay.
Number 1, going to a winery.
Unmarried.
Ooh, okay. I am going to say married.
Okay. Ooh, I like a good debate. All right.
Why do you think it's more of an unmarried
This
thing
is an
to do?
unmarried thing to do because if married people were to do this, I think it would lead to an increase in population because married people love to just sit down and pretend to be posh and regal with a glass of wine, and then you start staring deep into each other's eyes, and it's like, look at us. Who would have thought? Who would have thought we would have gotten our lives together well enough to be married?
And at a winery.
And at a winery. We're so classy. Let's spice things up a little. And then like
Get over here.
The poor sommelier is like, ma'am, there are children 2 tables down with
No,
the
there's
coloring
not.
books.
At a winery?
Yeah, they probably have like coloring books for kids at the winery or
You've never been to a winery, have you?
no. But because it's an unmarried thing to do, and I'm married.
I think it's a married thing to do because I don't think... So unmarried people do things in an attempt to find someone that they might want to marry, right? Or be with if marriage isn't your thing. Mm-hmm. I don't... Much like a cruise, I don't think a winery is a great place to meet a single.
Why? Think about the type of people that go to wineries. What are you picturing?
Pasty.
Oh? You're going to be in the sun all day with
Exactly,
grapes. That's like the
exactly.
whole point of winery. You're going to
Exactly.
shrivel up.
Exactly.
No. What I'm
Rich.
Yes. What I'm picturing is like, you know the Family Guy skit where it's like, you want to see my pictures from Mexico? And it's like, Mexico! That's what I'm picturing, is a bunch of just
Winery.
Grapes,
Grapes.
stems, fermentation.
You really haven't been to a winery ever.
No, I haven't. Sorry. Would love to go.
It's like a brewery, but with wine.
I think a brewery is also an unmarried. No. Breweries
You're
are
going to go the other way? I think a brewery is more of an unmarried place.
I think breweries are for married people.
What about a bar, like a straight up bar?
Unmarried.
I also think unmarried.
Because think about I want to know the population of Americans that have met their spouse at a bar.
I have a good bar story. Do you want to hear it?
I would love to hear it.
So we went out a couple weeks ago for one of my friend's birthdays, and our group is just there for his birthday. No other purposes, there is 6 dudes and 1 girl in this group with us.
Shout out the one lady.
She goes to the bar or the bathroom. I can't remember which one. One of the two. Us 5 dudes are hanging out. We're dancing. We're on the 3rd floor of Barcade vibing.
That is not for you.
We are at the Barcade.
Pause. Remember when you asked, what activities are no longer appropriate for me as a 30-year-old man?
It's fine.
Resume.
It was his birthday. I didn't have a choice. Mm-hmm. So we're on the 3rd floor. We're at this. It's like a club section. We're vibing, and so the 5 of us are standing there, and this girl in another group turns to us and goes, "You guys don't have enough girls in your group." And we all go, "Well, that was weird."
I love that girl.
And so
She said, your ratio is off.
she actually said something a little bit more aggressive that I can't say on the podcast.
Yeah, don't say it.
So then our friend who is a girl comes back. And then, so we're all vibing. We're all there a little bit longer. We're like, that girl's crazy. She then turns to our friend who's a girl and goes, "You're way too good for them." And we go, "Well, now she's being very rude."
She kicked you while you were down.
Yeah, and we were like, "What is her deal? Like, why don't you?" We didn't.
What did you do
we
to
did
her?
not speak to her at all. She brought this all upon us. So then, our friend and his girlfriend also show up, and this girl's very talkative, nice. She strikes up a conversation with this girl because her group is right next to ours for most of the evening.
Yeah.
And so then this girl tries to after all that, tries to just start a normal conversation with us. So she's talking to me, and I'm just memeing. You know what I did in Nashville where I just memed the conversation?
Yeah.
I was doing that because I was like, this girl's nuts. I'm talking to her. She proceeds to drop her entire drink on the floor on her own accord.
Oh.
And I go, "Oh man, you dropped that. I don't think I hit that." And she goes, "No, you definitely didn't." And then my friend, he had this koozie that he had picked up later in the night that was completely free, and he goes, "Do you need a koozie?"
Obviously. That's what you need.
But I don't know if she was trying to hit on us or what the deal was, but wrong approach.
She was
very
nervous.
very much the wrong approach.
She was nervous, and we've talked about your nervous flirting approaches on this show.
Yes, and I will say I like a girl who can start the conversation. I don't feel
She started it.
She started a conversation. It was not the right conversation.
She was trying her best, Andy.
She was an unmarried, and if she keeps trying to approach people like that, she might be for a while.
Listen, this is a podcast that embraces however you want to flirt with your spouse, your significant other, or any prospective ones of that sort.
No, wrong. Don't tell them they don't have enough girls in their group. That's rude. And
it
then,
could work.
You know, even more egregious, don't tell our friend that she's too good for us. That's
she was
mean.
trying to buddy up with the woman. This is how they do it in the animal kingdom.
By putting the other guys down? That was so rude.
Girl power. It is Women's History Month.
Well, I'm glad that she's history for me and not in
it's
our
like
present.
International Women's Month.
I'm glad that you know exactly what it is.
As a woman, I'm really passionate about this.
Yep. Okay, last one. What about learning a new language?
I'm not gonna lie, I think this one's married because Thomas only became obsessed with Duolingo after we got married.
You know the Duolingo owl died.
Let's do a moment of silence. In the arms of the angel.
No, you have to sing it in a different language.
Nope. Somebody call Thomas.
En mi... I don't know the word for arms in Spanish.
Nope. I know feet. PL, I think.
En mi piel
That's feet.
con los ángeles? That might be...
Angeles.
I mean, we got... And we're right there.
Duolingo, obviously, we...
Sponsor us, Duolingo,
we need some
and
help.
next episode we'll sing it in Spanish.
Hey, speaking of, we kind of hit a milestone on the podcast. Why did we hit a milestone in terms of sponsorship on the podcast? You know this.
I don't know. You tell them.
Big Fish Sandwich. Captain D's, we saw your TikTok comment, and I want to propose something to you, Andy, live on the spot. This was not...
You're already married. You can't propose again. Nice try.
That's true. I never got to propose.
You should propose to Thomas one day.
Maybe I will. In Spanish.
In a jean ring box.
I got it freshly starched for you. Okay, back to my proposal. I think if we hit X number of something, whether it's
dollars,
likes on a video.
Okay, set a number.
Well, I don't know. You do all the analytics for us.
I think that's why it's funnier if you set the number.
If we get 50 likes on our TikTok video, the one where I'm talking about this right now, we have not gotten 50 likes.
We've gotten 50 likes on like the last 4 videos.
Obviously, I need to download TikTok.
If we get 500 likes, we will...
We're never going to hit that.
It is a hour-long drive to the nearest Captain D's.
We're never going to hit 500 likes.
She doubts you, TikTok. If we hit 500 likes, we will drive an hour there and an hour back to try the Captain D's Big Fish Sandwich.
Big Fish Sandwich. This is for you, Captain.
Captain D's Big Fish Sandwich is for both marrieds and unmarrieds.
Captain D's nuts. That was good.
I'm going to have to cut that,
man.
Aren't I?
Maybe.
I'm going to cut to the part where you say, this show is for kids.
This is a family show. All right, so 500 likes?
I think it's possible.
I don't even know 500 people.
You don't know any of the people that watch our TikToks besides me.
This is true. All right, 500 likes, and we're doing the Big Fish Sandwich.
Okay, we'll do this. 500 likes or 100 followers on TikTok. Whichever comes first.
All right, shall we shake on it?
I don't know if that's on camera.
Oh, we can try again. That's how business gets
Big Fish Sandwich. All right.
I think that was good. I think we bid adieu.
I think we.
That was French, I think.
Duolingo, you can be our sponsor today.
If we hit 1,000 likes.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Or toast.
Ciao.
And fries and French. Baguette.
Oh, are we doing food?
Yeah, I said French. I said toast.
Kiss.
Yep, good. We're good.
We did it.
I don't think there's anything else.
Nothing else is French. Those are the only things that are French.
Snails.
Oui, oui.
All right. Love you, dog.
Love you, dog.